QFinancial.ie. Got the price and advice for me.
Pension auto-enrollment will soon be introduced. This means that all full-time workers over the age of 23 earning more than €20,000 per year must contribute to a pension, and employers must contribute. What are those pension entitlements, and is there independent advice available? The Q Financial Pension Team are experienced in advising both employees and employers of the positive and affordable options available for your situation. Call 091 421 900 or log on to qfinancial.ie.
Q Financial, QFinancial.ie.
Based in Clare, Galway, OMA Financial Services Limited, trading as qfinancial.ie, is an authorised independent pension intermediary regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
We redefine your relationship with energy, save you money, and get you on the path to a cleaner, greener future. JFW Renewables, your nationwide solar energy specialists. Call us today for a greener tomorrow.
Ticket that sold, 5% of proceeds from that ticket is going to Jigsaw to help us provide free therapy for young people aged 12 to 25 across Galway City and County who are experiencing difficulty with their mental health.
And you're very welcome to Kenny Park here in Athenry, where the scene is set for the third of the Brooks Senior Hurling Championship quarter-finals. And my God, have we a contrast in weather here yesterday for the two previous quarter-finals, which saw Capatagal and Clarenbridge victorious, and into the semi-finals we had rain, we had wind, we had yellow warnings, we had the whole shebang. But today, thankfully, here in Kenny Park in Athenry, the sun is shining. Cyril Farrell's on co-commentary. The Irish, I was going to say, autumn. You can get anything on any day.
Yeah, I suppose, Sean, look, it's unreal. The sun is shining, the two teams are out there warming up, and I suppose to be remiss of me to let it pass, there's a few people that would love to be here. There's a Patrick Regan, kind of sick now in London time, from Loughrea. He follows everything through
Yes.
Galway Bay, keeps track of everything, every hurling match, every football match. You know, when people go away from Galway, they become more involved again. So we want to wish him the best. He's here in heart and spirit, but he can't be here himself physically, so wish him the best of luck.
Absolutely. We'll start then with the team news, and the Loughrea team is first. Now, actually, we haven't been given the Loughrea team. The Loughrea management didn't release the team to us, so I presume it will be long expected lines from what Loughrea have been using the championship so far. Shane Morgan has settled in well at centre half back for the Loughrea men. Ian Hanrahan, the captain, has been very good in the middle of the field, and up front Tiernan Killian is their top scorer in the championships thus far. Tiernan Killian has hit 2 goals and 18 points and has been taking the frees to date. Will he stay on them today? Darren Shaughnessy is inside, so that's the Loughrea team, which I assume we will find as the game follows on. Loughrea, Cyril, bit of pressure in the sense that we're in the county final 2 years ago. Many people's kind of quietly fancy team.
Yeah, well, you see, last year there was terrible pressure on it because everyone was saying like they'll get into a county final and beat St. Thomas again. They were assuming Thomas was going to get into anyway. Like Loughrea didn't make it there. So this year, like missing a lot of players early on, but brought a lot of young lads. And would you believe, I'd say, kind of shocked their own sports by winning all their matches. Now they're come here unbeaten, but probably the one thing that we would be worrying a little bit is they haven't really been tested. Whereas like Castlegar have came, like, you know, with Matt Murphy and Joe Leary over them, they're kind of battled hard, and they're typical Castle. I was watching the warm up, like, you know, kind of, you know, they were hitting the ball over the bar, doing what I'd love to see doing as well. Rather, they weren't doing all the little shot stuff. Yes. It'll be called the old style, but to me
the warm ups are a sign, sir, as they say.
You know, they're a sign. Now, the toss has been taken. It'll be interesting, Sean, to see who plays with the wind or against it.
Yeah, I think Loughrea might be playing into it.
Yeah, well, if you're against it, you want to keep the score down. If you're with it, you have to get it up. Like, and with the breeze, you don't do the right thing unless you win the match.
Absolutely. Let's look at the Castlegar team then, and the Castlegar Castlegar team along expected lines as well. We see that into the Ayr team comes Dean Higgins wearing number 17, 19 Garroge King and 22 Daniel McNulty. It's been a championship so far that Castlegar will be, I suppose, fairly happy with, in the sense that even though they've lost 2 games, they've ended up here. Their preliminary quarterfinals showed a fine victory over Kilkenny, and they hit big scores that 225 to 13 points. Now, there is a doubt over Jack Coyne, who, as we can see, is wearing a bandage on that right calf or whatever, so we'll wait and see. But for Castlegar, hard to believe they haven't been in the county semi-final since 2007.
Yeah, it's unreal for a great traditional club, like, and give great players to the county. But these lads are battle hardened, like, and okay, they've been beaten once or twice. But even last year, Sean, I thought they played very well. Any game they won was by a point to, and any game they lost was by a point to. Talking to a few Castlegar supporters going in, they were saying, we just don't know which Castlegar turn up. If they're on their day, unreal, and if they're not, then they were saying they're just not sure. But that's the same with any team, like, you know. And like, you look at the boys up front, like, you know, you have Farrer who's going to score the frees, you score line balls as well. Darren Neary is a good player. Oisin Connolly is good in there. Greg Thomas, fine big kind of a target man. Dean Higgins, like, they have forwards that can score, and they probably have their strongest team out today, I'd say, since the year began.
And of course, Loughrea, as you said, it's hard to believe that so many players have been injured for them, but slowly but surely we even see that Dylan Shaughnessy back part of the panel today. Yeah, and I think down there as well, Sean, I think Jamie Ryan seems to be talking as well. Yes. They could be all thrown on, and if they're against the breeze, they're probably coming on with the breeze. Now, the breeze is going into the town end, which means in Athenry, from left to right here as we look out. Yeah, it isn't the same. It has more effect when it's going from right to left. Yes, you know what I mean? Yes. But I don't think it's a winning breeze. Like, you know, it isn't going to win or lose for any team. You're still going to have to hurl with it or against it. And look, you're in autumn anyway. But like we'd say, the one thing is it's a dry day, sir. Which, in fairness to the 4 teams that played yesterday, you had wind and rain, which are very hard conditions to hurl. Hard, very, very hard yesterday. I suppose for the second match, it did. Kind of the rain at least stopped. We had a thriller with Capitagal going from the dead to beat Sarts, was just at the very end. And like the 4 teams, it wouldn't suit any team that hit belt and rain. Today, like, it's nice. Okay, the ball mightn't be flying on the ground, but like Athenry is in great shape, and you know, if you can't hurl there, you can't hurl anywhere. Certainly is. As Paul Houben starting in the half-back line, as we were told during the week, for Loughrea. As Liam Gordon is the referee this afternoon. Already the 4 players in the middle of the field are getting to know each other. The linesmen have the watches ready to roll as well. In goes the ball, and the game is on. Then the third of the Brooks Senior Hurling Championship quarterfinals is underway, and Tiernan Killeen for Loughrea, their top scorer, goes long with the first ball. Caught by the breeze, heading to the end line. Anthony Burns does very well to keep it alive. Martin Connolly, though, tries to go down on it for Castlegar, but Anthony Burns, who's been in great form in the championship thus far for the men of Loughrea, does well to eke out that possession. Being tugged as he goes in towards goal. He gets the shot away, but we go back for the free. Good play by Anthony Burns. He's been one of the bright sparks for Loughrea. Yeah, started his career as a playing junior B or C with a junior team, and kind of worked his way up, like from the bottom up. Like, and Loughrea have the breeze. They'll want to get a few points up at half time. They have the breeze, but I don't think it's a winning breeze or losing breeze. But Burns is a handful, and this should be a tap over for Killeen. Yeah, so Tiernan Killeen then. Neil Keary's back, of course, on the team. A regular free taker for them as well down to the years, but Tiernan has done well so far, and Tiernan puts it high and puts it over the bar. So first blood then to Loughrea. And I suppose, sir, the interesting thing about yesterday's 2 quarterfinals, the teams that had the month off lost. It's a factor. Well, you see, the thing is, like, there's no doubt about you can't be hurling, like, and the teams that had the game, they improved a ton, like, you know, as with all the games, which is hurling, which is all about, really. Ryan Keary picks out Joseph Mooney. Joseph Mooney in the left half forward position, striking in towards the goal, but that one goes to the wrong side and wide. First wide then for Loughrea. Quick enough puck out by Liam Riley, goes to the half forward line. Great puck out because he finds Greg Higgins. He's back on the field, of course. Missed the win over Kilkenny. And Greg Higgins off the right, striking in towards, or Greg Thomas, I should say. Higgins is at the Thomas is mixed up. But Greg Thomas, first shot of the afternoon, but he's a big player to have back. Yeah, he's a big player as well. A fine cut of an athlete, and you know, county standard as well. You're probably thinking of Dean Higgins out there as well. This is a good hurler as well. Be interesting to see where this puck out comes. Puck out down on top of Donald Barry and Cayman Killeen. Great catch out there by the Castlegar man. Gets the hand pass then to Darren Neary, who's in that wing forward role, unforgiving role now in the modern game, where you have to go back the field and help out in those instances. Gets it up the field. Out in front though is Kieran Hanrahan for the men of Loughrea, does well. Loses the stick, gets the hand pass away to Shane O'Brien. Back in that defensive role now. Ian Hanrahan and Loughrea work the ball well out through the lines. Paul Houben delivers it up then into the inside line. Referee sees no infringement there, and Castlegar win the ball. Dean Higgins was the man I was thinking of a few minutes ago. Early ball into Oisin Connolly. A little bit of space here for Oisin Connolly. Tries to take on his man. Well held up by Hanrahan. Connolly goes in, gets a free. Was he anywhere near the square? No, it's going to be a free in, but
he did well, though.
He was in oceans of space, wasn't he, Oisin Connolly, for a split second?
Loughrea thought we were getting a free out in the far corner. Coming up the field when Connolly had a good bit of space. Like, to be fair to the fullback, Johnny Cole, he stood him up, couldn't let him pass him. It's going to be a tap over.
So then,
after saying that, as long as Ger Farrell doesn't make up right over, I'd say he'll still tap it over. It's early in the game.
The evergreen Ger Farrell, 29 points to his credit. 29% of Castlegar scores have come through him this year, and he's missed one of the group games, of course. The injury, though, continues there. I think is it Kieran Hanrahan that's down, just getting some, or wants to get some attention there. So Loughrea, the coach with Castlegar, urging on his troops as the Loughrea man gets the helmet back on. Splendid sunshine here in Kenny Park and Athen, right? Great to see it.
Talk about Ger Farrell there. Actually, he's a player of the age of Sean.
He is,
back on his underage career and county career with Galway, and now with Castlegar. It's unbelievable to think ahead of a year or two.
In 2001, he was going for his third All-Ireland minor title. Didn't work out, but that's the vintage as he puts it high, puts it over the bar. First score then goes to Farrell. He's not going to miss them, sir.
No. And you can bet your bottom dollar he'll get a line ball or two in that as well. It's a pleasure to see him play.
Garage looking in with the puck out, goes for grass here in front of Anthony Burns, who turns his man Connolly well, and Anthony Burns is away. If he can get the ball up, he can. Now he's bearing down on goal. This is a goal scoring chance for Anthony Burns. It goes across the goal, goes higher over the bar. Well taken score by Anthony Burns. They set up on the puck out, the 1-on-1 against Martin Connolly and Burns. And the one thing about Anthony Burns, sir, he has the pace. If he gets away from you, you're in trouble. Well taken score, Loughrea 2-1.
He up that well now. But the ball, the game hasn't settled down yet. No, Sean. There's no real play in it.
Look out towards Greg Thomas's area. Tidying up those done well by Johnny Cohen. Johnny Cohen goes back with the pass then to Stephen Morgan. Stephen Morgan goes across the half-back line to Joseph Mooney. Joseph Mooney gets it out to Ian Hanrahan. Ian Hanrahan from the middle of the field sends it high, and Ian Hanrahan puts it over the bar. Good score by Ian Hanrahan. His first score. Always good to get a score from midfield. Well taken.
Yeah, Sean, he does a lot of work. Like he's a busy player all the time, kind of running and moving.
Yeah, Shane Morgan doing well in the build-up as Castlegar tried to work the ball out again through the lines. Donald Barry though runs into a strong physical challenge from Cayman Killeen. The ball goes out over the line, and the linesman on the side of the field will make the decision on that.
Donald Barry here in front of us, great bit of stuff too for Castlegar. Like he'll give everything good in the air and he'll drive forward. Doesn't lack like for courage and inspiration. He won't back down, that's for sure.
So then placing the ball, Jack Hine, as we told you, that injury out coming into the game. Good to see him started.
Yeah, he's a good player, and I tell you one thing, he looks in great shape.
Yeah. Tony Kelly, the Loughrea manager, is close by. He's looking on, as is Ronan Stanker, the linesman on this side of the field. Good connection on that line ball by Jack Coyne. Goes across the far side of the field, looking for Oisin Connolly. Ball breaks inside. Loughrea had the numbers back, but Darren Neary does well. Two players end up on the ground, and there's a wrestling match going on between the two players that Liam Gordon is quite happy to let go until the play finishes. Castlegar with a shot from out the field that goes to the left hand side and wide. The two players continue on their own personal battle, literally. Then Castlegar is thrown away from the ruck unceremoniously in that instance. So Liam Gordon, I think, has a bit of work to do here.
Yeah, and he should have gone sooner. Like he stood up looking at it, the game go on. It was scrapping.
And now one or two players are going into it.
There's Castlegar that they're tossing the ball over. Oh, that's a belt down. Oh.
Yeah.
So, lads, if they don't get someone out, they're going to be sending off. Lads are pulling and strumming and handbag stuff.
And
really
kind of came out of nowhere to a degree. Like.
Well, he let the two boys fight.
He did, yeah. So Liam Gordon, in fairness, one of the most experienced referees around the circle in Galway.
Yeah, well, like he'd have to have his linesman in there now as well.
Score is 3 points Loughrea, 1 point Castlegar. Loughrea have breeds advantage in the opening minute. See, the clock didn't start either on the scoreboard. Up there, we have played roughly about 6 minutes of the contest as the referee, Liam Gordon, is being spoken to by one of his linesmen on this side of the field.
You see, when you let it develop, it's very hard when you have 9 or 10 in there. It's okay if it's only one each, like, but when there's 9 or 10 each, it's a different ballgame altogether. Yeah,
Jerry Hurley and Ronan Stankert are having a meeting with the referee, Liam Gordon, about 40 metres away from the Loughrea goal.
The ball has gone wide anyway, hasn't it?
We think.
Puck out,
yeah. Liam Gordon is backing back. Is he going to take any action? He's calling Paul Huben towards him.
Probably call someone else as well, I'd say. There'll be two anyway.
So Paul Hoban is the first man that's on site anyway, and the other man looks like it could be Greg Thomas that he's calling over. So Greg Thomas and Paul Hoban. Oisin Connolly seems to be also a call to the party.
Yeah, well, you see they were all coming in and dragging and pushing.
Yeah, I would imagine the two lads that were on the original meeting of minds. Kieran Hanrahan also seems to be brought. There's two Loughrea players, two Castlegar lads now been spoken to by Liam Gordon. Will it be 4 yellows, sir?
I'd say so, yeah.
2 yellows for Hanrahan and Greg Thomas. And he's still talking to Oisin Connolly and Paul Hoban get yellows as well.
So that's fair. Like it's hard. It's hard. It's with the two boys fighting on the ground. How he picked the other two out of the 10 or 12, hard to know. But look, that's once it settles down now.
Still, it's an interesting melee that ends with 4 yellow cards being dished. So we've played 8 minutes. The last 2 minutes were more dealing with what was going on off the ball. 3 points to 1, Loughrea lead. As the ball goes down again into the space for the Loughrea men, again into Anthony Burns. Anthony Burns gets away from his man, gets the pass out then to Joseph Mooney. Joseph Mooney turning onto his right hand side, striking well towards goal and putting it over the bar. Good score by Joseph Mooney. His first point to play.
Good score, missed one earlier on, but good score there.
Yeah, the referee's blown the whistle a little bit. I'm not quite sure what he's just letting the puck out go now. 4 points to 1. That puck out to Anthony Burns twice in front of him has been used well by Loughrea thus far. As Castlegar, through Darren Neary, win their latest puck out, back to Jack Coyne. Jack Coyne under the stand, striking high in towards the goal. Greg Thomas does well to knock it down, but Kieran Hanrahan was on it.
Yeah, it was a dangerous ball he knocked down.
It was, yeah. Out to Paul Hoban, who goes long up the field to the middle of the field. Who'll get onto this? Garage King is there for Castlegar, but the man that picks it up well is Cayman Killeen, who does well and then offloads quickly. Gets it off then to Ian Hanrahan. Hanrahan goes back then to Neil Keary. Neil Keary dancing on the sideline, striking beautifully in towards the goal.
Score.
Excellent point by Neil Keary. His first of the day. You can also see the impact of the breeze behind him in the opening half, striking into the road end goal here. Lovely point, Loughrea lead 5-1, and they were nearly turned over by Neil Keary. The full back coming out, that's Cathal Ryan, but he got away with it there, and then went into another tackle where he's turned over by Tiernan Killeen. Castlegar really struggling to get this ball out of defence. They go back with numbers there again around it, and eventually Daniel McNulty nearly got the touch on it. Loughrea get into Joseph Mooney. This will be a great win for Loughrea. They've won the ball back that should be pucked down the field, you think, as Sean Sweeney hits up in the air, half blocked down. Cayman Killeen tries to catch. The man that does get it is Paul Hoban. Paul Hoban towards Sean Sweeney, but is picked up then by Darren Neary. Castlegar dodged a bullet there. They're trailed by 5 points to 1. Up to Greg Thomas. Good catch by Greg Thomas. Ahead of Johnny Cohen. Greg Thomas, his second shot at the post, but this one goes to the wrong side of the post and wide. Let off for both teams there. 5-1 Loughrea leads.
Greg has caught great ball, put 2 of them wide, but he was on target like he's playing very well. The Castlegar were kind of lucky there to get with that. They were turned over a few times and eventually got it out. When the puck out goes wrong, the short one usually is trouble.
Garage Duchnan goes to the sideline over there to Paul Hoban. Oh, he's put under pressure by Daniel McNulty over there. Ball very close to the sideline, ends up going over there.
Here's Ger Farrer.
Yeah, he immediately showed an interest in it.
Yeah, the Farrer special, I'd expect.
Yeah. I think Joseph O'Leary, there's a switch being made, I think, in the Castlegar inner defence. Yeah. Looks like Garage King is going back into the inside line.
Yeah, it was the right call, Joe O'Leary. They've seen the danger inside.
Yeah. Well, the pace of Anthony Burns so far has been key for Loughrea.
Here's Ger.
So Ger Farrer then with this line ball. Striking, it's on its way. Maybe the build-up was too much because it goes to the wrong side of the post and wide. 4 wides for Castlegar, sir. 1 for Loughrea. 5-1 Loughrea lead.
Yeah, they're stretching their lead, but there's 4 points on the scoreboard, but in the actual game there's nothing in it.
Puck out towards Darren Shaughnessy, coming out into that pocket of space again. Darren Shaughnessy fouled by Cathal Ryan, and that is going to be a free in.
Shocks is a good target man.
Yeah. Puck outs are working well for Loughrea thus far.
Yeah, well, now they have the breeze, they're getting that extra 10 or 15 yards, and they won't be getting that in the second half. It'll become that bit shorter anyway. The
one thing from a Castlegar viewpoint, though, sir, this could become 6-1. They don't need to let it go too far more.
No, but they're in the game, Sean. They've got chances to put them wide.
They just haven't been as efficient so far. Yeah. So then, Tiernan Killeen striking it well, puts it high and puts it over the bar. Tiernan Killeen, second point of the day, found the place ball. No Martin McManus, of course, no Jamie Ryan, even though he's tagged down there.
They're big losses to be on any team. Like Oh, God.
Oh, we can hear the roar from Paul Hubin over there, and Liam Gordon. Rightly gives the free, yeah. Fuck out strategy. I think Loughrea will be happier thus far with what they're doing, won't they?
They will, yeah, but they have that bit of a breeze behind them. They're getting it into the pockets here, Sean, in front of the corner forwards going on the run. That's why Castlegar have switched their full back line around, trying to get the grips inside.
21 of the last 23 years have seen Loughrea in knockout club championship hurling in Galway. It really is a fantastic record. So this free has been taken on the far side of the field, just at 3 or 3 steps in from the sideline on the stand side of the field. Shane Morgan strikes it. It's on its way. It looks good. Super score. Shane Morgan high and over the bar. His first score of the afternoon. But Shane Morgan has been very busy throughout the championship. That's his 11th point of the championship for Loughrea from the place ball.
Yeah, it's a great score.
7 points to 1 now, Loughrea lead. Hooban knocks down the latest Castlegar puck out. They've got a grip on that area now. Ian Hanrahan gets the pass out to Sean Sweeney. Sean Sweeney goes across the field to Joseph Mooney, who's deep, and then he goes for the 2 men inside. Darren Shaughnessy out in front of his man, knocked away from him. Simon Thomas, who's been forced out the field by Tiernan Killeen, drives it upfield, but to no one in particular. Goes straight to Brian Keary. Brian Keary takes his time, then goes again in, looking for Anthony Burns again inside. Anthony Burns brings it down in front of himself well. Garage King does enough to stop him initially, but Burns tries to turn him. Ball's still alive from both teams' point of view. In comes Tiernan Killeen, then close to the sideline, 20 metres out, gets the ball into his hands, striking over the shoulder and towards the goal. That's a good strike. Excellent score by Tiernan Killeen. His first from play, his third so far in the contest. And again, a ball maybe that Castlegar will feel they had a chance of clearing. It becomes 8-1 now to Loughrea.
Yeah, but again, Burns held it in there. If he didn't get it up, he kind of fell and held it until Killeen came along, and he got a right good score from on his left side, but you'd think it wasn't going to go over. Very good score.
Puck out, measure this time to Jack Coyne in a bit of space, gets past the would-be challenge. Stepping inside, Jack Coyne then decides to go shortish into Darren Neary. Darren Neary has a chance to put this over the bar, and Darren Neary puts it high and puts it over the bar. A score you just get the impression that Castlegar need to bring it back to 8 points to 2. It's been a while since they got their first score. The first score arrived on 4 minutes early. Their second one arrives on the 14th minute.
Yeah, like they needed that score just to keep in it.
8 points to 2. Puck out again to space where Cathal Ryan is deemed to have fouled Darren Shaughnessy.
Shaughnessy is a target, man. He's strong now.
They're clever on the puck out, so they're open the space this side of the field.
There's a green, there's 20 yards here in the green kind of zone, a free zone. Like, you know, so under Kessler dropping that little bit under that puck out because the breeze is helping it as well, like, you know.
So Tiernan Killeen then to take the free. They lead by 8 points to 2. Not great. Their aim is to reach their 4th semi-final in 5 years. The final is, of course, back in 2022. Their 8th quarter-final appearance in the last 10 years. As Tiernan Killeen takes his time, strikes, it's on its way, just gets inside the right-hand post. 4th point of the day then for Tiernan Killeen. 3 frees, 1 from play.
Castle just want to be careful that he's only in the goal. Now there's no threat coming yet, but like to put a terrible gap in if they did.
Yeah, 9 points to 2 now. The trail is Cathal Ryan. Works the ball out short from defence to Simon Thomas. Simon Thomas then plays the ball in front of Gerard Farrer. Gerard Farrer does well to win it. Swivels, tries to get the hand pass away. Does it to Donald Barry, who's up in support. Donald Barry, I think it was Farrer that was initially fouled, but good play by 2 of the elder statesmen there for Castlegar. Farrer did well to win the ball, then laid the ball off to Donald Barry, who's always marauding on them type of runs.
Yeah, he went up here from wing back. He travelled 40 or 50 yards to get on that. Like when Gerard Farrer was fouled, there's no doubt. It's a simple free for Gerard's calibre.
Huge space in front of the Loughrea forward line, isn't it? The Castlegar fence being pulled out.
On our wing here.
Yeah.
And the wing in front of the terrace.
9 points to 2 then Loughrea lead as
9-3, Sean.
Yeah, Gerard Farrer. Yes, thank you. Second score of the day from the place ball from Gerard Farrer. Becomes a 9-3 ball game. Breeze against Castlegar, so in the sense on 16 minutes, they're
in the game.
6 points in it. Loughrea decide to go short with this puck out. Far side of the field, Kieran Hanrahan. Then he goes back inside to Johnny Cohen. Johnny Cohen has oceans of time and space to work with, sends it across the field. Darren Neary though went back to cover that space, this time ends up on the ground, caught the ball but lost it. Breaks Hanrahan, flicked away from him though by Mark Gill, and the ball goes out over the line, and that will be a line ball to Loughrea. So this line ball to be taken by Ian Hanrahan. Loughrea, as we said, leading by 6, 9 points to 3.
Seem to be in control, but Sean, as you saw yesterday evening, you just can never know when the hurling game is over.
Sean Sweeney's making a run the far side of the field. Hanrahan goes to that general direction. Nicely taken though by Anthony Burns. Anthony Burns gets away from Garage King, swivels back out onto the right. Well blocked down though by Garage King, takes the sting out of the shot, so that means that Liam O'Reilly can come out the goalkeeper. He's on the ball, thought about playing it to Mark Gill, then goes shortish to Darren Neary, who's back the field. Darren Neary looks upfield, gives it to Donald Barry, who snaps it in an instant, gets past the tackle of Ian Hanrahan, and Donald Barry then plays the ball over to the 13 corner, well read though by Johnny Cohen. Lost the control of it though initially, might break into the path of Greg Thomas. Greg Thomas now getting away from Hanrahan. Greg Thomas bearing down on goal. Can he get the hand pass away? He can. No freeze to the referee, and it's won by Shane O'Brien. Looked like Thomas was doing enough to get inside there, sir.
Seemed to be gone for a goal, but just kind of the boys crowded him out. Loughrea did.
Yeah,
to get away with that.
Shane Morgan goes down the field, and Liam Gordon spotted a free, I think, off the ball. A pull on the jersey of Darren Shaughnessy, I think, by Cathal Ryan. And there's no doubt that Loughrea are getting in at the Castlegar full back line, sir.
Yeah, and Darren Shaughnessy is causing trouble, and so is Burns. Them two are really causing trouble in there. Kind of playing with a two-man full forward line inside. Again now, you know, Thomas was in a hard look up there, did everything right, just in the end over, carried a bit, and then he got crowded out, but there was a goal in his mind. Johnny Conan missed the ball. It was a dangerous one, but this should be another tap over for Killing.
Yellow card then for Cathal Ryan, the full back, for testing the jersey.
So that's a simple yellow card.
But it puts him under pressure, sir. As Tiernan Killian puts it over the bar. What could have been a score at one end for Castlegar becomes a point for Loughrea at the other end. They lead by 10 points to 3. Simon Thomas has been pulled out of the 6th position as well, sir, isn't he? Now he's going to get this puck out. He's a little bit deeper. Takes it from Liam Riley to Simon Thomas, the centre half back. And then he drives a long ball upfield, looking for Oisín Conley to go high. Great catch by, great jumping catch by Conley, but good defensive play when he got to the ground by Loughrea. 3 men around him straight away, and now comes Shane Morgan. Excellent defensive play by Loughrea. Goes with the pass then back to his wing back Brian Keary, and Brian Keary goes back to Garage Lucknan, and really confident Loughrea work the ball across their own 13-metre line. Eventually comes out to Paul Hooven in a little bit of space away from Darren Neary. He goes in then to Darren Shaughnessy. He tries to swivel and break the ball, breaks into Neil Keary. Neil Keary can pop it over the bar, and Neil Keary puts it over the bar. This is a fair display of hurling so far from Loughrea, sir. You'll have to be impressed. They lead by 11 points to 3.
Yeah, they're clinical. The chances they're getting, they're tapping them over, just taking the easy scores. You know what I mean? Lovely score there by Keary again. And, you know, like they're letting Castle have the sharp look out, but then they're dropping back. It's hard to know. Here's the crowd again. You want to get rid of it?
Yeah. Good, Martin Conley. It's the ball back to Simon Thomas, who goes long looking for Greg Thomas. Greg Thomas with Johnny Cohen. Got away from Johnny Cohen. He's going to take on the shot, and Greg Thomas puts it to the wrong side of the post and wide. Let off.
It's hard. No, that's 3 he's won, and 3 he's been caught. And this is the fast puck out here.
8-3. Or 11-3, 8 is the margin. 8 points between them here as Loughrea come on the attack again. Again, a lovely ball into space to Darren Shaughnessy, taking on Martin Coyne in that instance. Coyne came through Darren Shaughnessy with no free.
No, it's a line ball for Castle. Back to the goalie.
Yeah, Cathal Ryan takes the line ball fast, goes back to Liam Riley.
He's kind of looking for a player.
Yeah, we played nearly 21 minutes of the opening half.
It's a dangerous ball. It's across the pitch.
It is 11 points to 3. Well caught is right though by Mark Gill. Mark Gill looks in field, tries to get a ball inside. Oisín Conley's inside his man, looking for the ball to come in, but it didn't. Kieran Hanrahan had that read all day. Kieran Hanrahan goes back to his goalkeeper, Garage Lucknan. 8 points between them.
Hanrahan is busy. He's like a little bee.
Yeah, he is. There's a good structure now to the way that Loughrea are playing the game, in fairness. Joseph Mooney back deep, goes back, over to the right hand side again to the space, finding Anthony Burns. Anthony Burns gets away from Garage King a little bit too easy in that instance. Anthony Burns gone in, he's got all the way in. It's possessed eventually by Martin Conley. And Castlegar did well initially in the end to break up the attack, because Anthony Burns went a long way with that ball, and there was a fleeting goal chance on it.
He should have given that pass inside the shots, because he had drawn all the cover. He tried to do too much himself, really. Like he's hard to handle, but like, you know, that's an over carry really. It's a free out now for Castle. As we say, Sean, they're getting away with 1 or 2 there, because a goal at this stage would really kind of, you know, give a big lead to Loughrea.
The great Hubert Gagan has been on to us. There's a big raffle and card game in aid of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. It's on Sunday, November the 10th in the Temperance Hall in Loughrea. So try and support that great aid of the Alzheimer's and Parkinson's on Sunday the 10th of November in Loughrea. So we look forward to that one with Hubert Kagan as Castle come on the attack. Ball breaks in the inner defensive line, but back there is Shane O'Brien, who's really settling back into that defensive role as he fouled on the way out. Notice the referee breaks to Sean Neary. Sean Neary tried to play a ball across the 40 almost that wasn't on, and it's intercepted by Loughrea. Tiernan Killeen. Look how deep he is, bringing Simon Thomas down the field. Gets it into Darren Shaughnessy. Darren Shaughnessy in oceans of space again on the right hand side. Darren Shaughnessy striking but goes to the wrong side of the post and wide.
They all want going to be a fantastic score to go, but they're not all going to go over and out from an impossible angle. Like there's a man down here.
Castlegar man needs a little bit of attention. 22 minutes in, 11 points to 3, an 8-point margin. Loughrea will be more than happy, I would say, sir.
They'll be happy, but isn't it funny? It's like Cashel are still in the game. A goal for Cashel would kind of really open up the game again. Like there is a nice breeze in it. Like Cashel would want to hang in. They wouldn't want to let it go beyond. They're down by 8 points. Wouldn't want to let it kind of go on and beyond that. They've been unlucky at a few shots. Like Greg Thomas has caught a few great balls, got a few shots off and just put them wide. Whereas Loughrea have been more or less very economic.
Yeah, Loughrea have scored 6 goals in the championship themselves. They've conceded 3. Cashel scored 5, conceded 3. Latest we have in that big relegation intermediate game is Kiltormer leading Kilbeaconty by a point. 7 points Kiltormer, Kilbeaconty 6. That's 22 minutes gone. That's a big game for both teams. Puck out goes over Tiernan Killeen, and it's won by Mark Gill for Castlegar. Back to Simon Thomas. Simon Thomas from his own 65-metre line, striking it in high into the breeze. That's a good strike by Simon Thomas. Straight over the bar. Good score by Castlegar, and one they needed. Good point from play from their centre back. Simon Thomas, 4 plays striker. 11.
Brother Greg, these two are good. They're two good hurlers, like, you know.
Puck out towards Cayman Killeen, the far side of the field, won by Dean Higgins. Dean Higgins, former Galway underage hurler, of course. He has Darren Neary running beside him, but he goes the other way, tried to go into Simon Thomas, but then he was dispossessed. Ball comes back to Sean Neary, back to Gerard Farrer, didn't handle, picks it up, strikes in towards infield, but it was half hooked, and that means that Loughrea can come out with the ball. Long ball into the 2-man full forward line again. Anthony Burns wins that, knocks it down in front of him there in that instance. Garrett King does enough initially. Gets a helping hand in from Donald Barry. The ball breaks out there to Tiernan Killeen. Tiernan Killeen heading towards the stand, striking off the left-hand side in towards the post, and that one goes to the wrong side of the post and wide.
He's taking impossible angles now, like, again, hit it over his shoulder.
There's huge space though being created by Loughrea in that inner full forward line.
Out for Cashel. They're going to work this up the pitch.
Yeah, shortish puck out to the wing-back position to Dan McNulty. Dan McNulty goes across the field looking for Greg Thomas. Goes over his head. Johnny Cohen allowed it to go over his head too, and Johnny Cohen gets onto the break ball. Gets it out then to Sean Sweeney. Sean Sweeney looking upfield, number 9 on his back. Got away without being hooked, sends it downfield. Gene Higgins nearly intercepted, I should say, but the man that gets it to is Anthony Burns. Anthony Burns blocked down by Garrod King. He gets it back the second attempt, though, does Anthony Burns. Looks to see who's on his shoulder. Goes back with a hand pass to Darren Shaughnessy. Darren Shaughnessy goes back out the field. Difficult ball. Dean Hanrahan is dispossessed, and it's won by Castlegar. A little bit of over elaboration there by Loughrea. Gerard Farrer back inside his own 65-metre line, has a puck at the goal that doesn't even go wide. Garrod Lucknan comes out, the goalkeeper, and deals with it. Slightly overcooks the pass, but Paul Houben had enough of time to go on to it and win it. Gets away from Dan McNulty. Paul Houben gets it upfield into the midfielder Ian Hanrahan. Ian Hanrahan tries to skip away there from the cornerback Martin Conley, and Martin Conley is deemed to have fouled Hanrahan, who kind of stood for the free and the free in.
He knew the free was coming.
Yeah.
They worked it out well. Loughrea are moving well out the backside. They're not just clipping the ball, they're kind of looking up places the whole time. No, they have the breeze with them. Cashel, what are they down, Sean?
They're down 7, yeah.
They don't deserve to be, like, they're still in the game. It's anyone's game, even though Loughrea are dictating it. Like,
yeah, they've had 5 wides to Loughrea's 3 Castlegar. But the 7-point margin at the minute is on the 26th minute of the opening half, as Tiernan Killeen wants to make it another one, I would say. This free on the 45-metre line.
It's not a gimme now, to be fair.
3 or 4 metres in from the sideline.
Perfect.
Strikes it well and puts it straight over the bar. Good strike by Tiernan Killeen. Looks very confident on those ones. His 6 points of the day.
Quick puck out here again.
Yeah, a 1-2 between Garrod King and Liam Riley. 12 points now for Loughrea, 4 points for Castlegar. Liam Riley goes down the terrace side of the field. Jack Coyne goes up, but again Loughrea have the numbers on the break ball. Shane O'Brien gets the pass away to Brian Keary. Brian Keary then to Joseph Mooney, who's back deep, and Joseph Mooney goes long again into the 2-man inside line. This time Simon Thomas is trying to pick up Anthony Burns. He has him knocked, is right, but Anthony Burns still has the ball and then is pulled for picking it off the ground.
He's a hard man to handle.
Oh, he is.
He's unorthodox, and he's strong over it, and you think you have him, the next thing he has the ball. That time now he picked it off the ground, so it's a free out for Cashel.
Yeah, credit the Loughrea management though. They have the game plans working nicely for the 2 inside. As the ball goes downfield, Taken down out there by Shane O'Brien. Shane O'Brien getting away from Jack Coyne. Jack Coyne tries to get back at him, and then the pass goes out to Joseph Mooney, very deep again, and Joseph Mooney plays the ball over to the 15 corner, or the 13 corner state. Tiernan Killeen fighting for possession there with Garage King. Donald Barry comes back. Neil Keary tries to get a touch on it, but the man that should go down on it now as he heads to his own goal is Martin Conley. Martin Conley gets it out into Donald Barry. Donald Barry immediately put under pressure. Great work rate from the Loughrea men as Cashel tried to bring this one ball out. Garage King ends up on the ground, gets the hand pass away to Darren Neary. Darren Neary has 3 Loughrea men for company. Yeah, but well played by Castlegar. They got away from, we'll call it the press there from Loughrea, as Darren Neary goes up the field, but that one is going to curl, I think, to the left hand side and wide. He's going to get the free. There was a late tackle on Darren Neary. Credit to Castlegar, they did well, because Loughrea, in fairness, worked that situation very, very hard.
Did very well. Neary come back, but the Nearys are good hurlers, like, and very, very natural. We walked up the field, and as he was striking the ball, he was hit kind of a late tackle, and Liam Gordon his mime it up. It's a right call. It's a lazy free now, because Joe Farr should tap this over and bring it back to what?
7 again. It's 12 points to 4 as the clock ticks to the 28th minute of this opening half. 8 points between them then. Gerard Farr could be about to make that 7. This one just outside the 20-metre line. I'd say he's scored these before the breakfast.
You
would. Farr puts it high. 3rd point of the day for Gerard Farr from the place ball. Interestingly, out of Castlegar's tally of 5 points, 3 of them have come from frees and 2 from play, so they need a bit more from play.
They do, but they've had chances and just kind of put them wide.
They have. Shortish puck out again by Loughrea, intercepted though well by Donald Barry. Donald Barry, who's at his shoulder. The man that's at his shoulder, in fact, is Sean Neary, who stood to strike and was blocked down there. In goes Shane O'Brien. Does well to win that ball for Loughrea. It's the deck, no freezes the referee. O'Brien does well to get it out to Shane Morgan. Shane Morgan, quick offload then to Paul Hooban. Paul Hooban steps in field onto the right hand side, goes across the field again with this ball, but it's taken by Mark Gill. Mark Gill, static again, but gets the pass away to his corner back in this instance. That's Martin Conley. Martin Conley goes into the one-man full forward line. Oisin Conley's in there. Ball hits the deck and it's won by Kieran Hanrahan. He's like a mini Hoover back there, the way he's getting onto ball. Gets it back then to Paul Hooban. 12 points Loughrea, 5 points for Castlegar, as Hooban for once misplaces that diagonal across the field, goes out over the line.
You see Paul get a bit frustrated there. He's at the forwards to move and he plenty time to strike it over the line. Catch the line ball here.
So Mark Gill, he's getting a number of calls to go left, to go right, to go back, to go everywhere.
Good hurler, good strong
He is a
player.
good hurler, yeah. Mark Gill, part of the 217 goal Ireland winning team, if I remember serves me correctly. Up to Greg Thomas, who did well to catch and was fouled. 3 minutes of additional time from Conor Quinlan, the 4th official. 12 points to 5, and no more than Sarsfields and Cappy yesterday evening. Remember those 3 points that Cappy got before half time? They proved crucial, didn't they?
They're vital, and these are vital now too, because they're holding Cashel in the game.
Yep.
You know, it's 45 yards out, probably straight in front of front. Like you expect him, as you say. You know.
You wouldn't be expecting him to miss. We'll put it like that.
You have to give him that anyway, because he's a top free.
Just inside the 45-metre line. Breeze into his face as he strikes. Gerard Farr off that left-hand side, puts it high, puts it over the bar. 4th point of the day, and is that the last 2 scores now have come from Castlegar through 2 Farr frees to bring it back to a 6-point margin. Garrett's looking and plays a quick 1-2 with Shane O'Brien, and then comes out and plays it towards Shane Morgan, slightly over his head, puts pressure on him, but Morgan did well initially. Darren Neary puts him under pressure, but Morgan did well the second time because he got it. Then hits the clearance though.
They're doing damble things out of the
but in fairness to Cashel, up the work rate on them as well, as Darren Shaughnessy tries to go down on that ball. The man that gets it back again in the 6th channel is Shane Morgan. Shane Morgan, now the breeze behind him. He'll fancy this one, you know, from the halfway line. Gets it in towards goal, but Liam Riley, he took a step back. It was just a step away from his line, but he was confident. Stepped back and took down the ball. Gets it out to Dean Higgins. 6 points to 12. Cash has 6 points down. Goes up towards Jack Coyne. Jack Coyne breaks it away from Shane O'Brien into his own path. But again, he's surrounded by 3 Loughrea men, but Jack Coyne does well. He's tripped then, surely. Free in.
Soft free again.
And again, this could be 3 points in a row from Castlegar to give them a little bit of belief.
Bring it back to 5.
Yeah. Tommy Grogan and Tommy Kelly, Shane Cusick down there, all parts of the respective management teams.
Loughrea have gone too fancy, like in their hand back and tipping the ball, getting it kind of blocked down instead of making it a little bit. One pass is enough and get it up to the forwards, because the forwards are playing well. It has dried up all of a sudden.
Lads would tell me that's the modern hurling, sir. They're working it out through the lines.
Well, I know. It's fine work when you have to, but they have plenty of time to strike.
Absolutely. I'm pulling your leg if you know what to say. So Gerard Farrer has a chance on the 32nd minute nearly of the opening half to put it over the bar. He does just that. Farrer puts it over. That's his 5th point of the contest. We're near enough to the blow, I'd say, for the half-time whistle. Well, we've another minute or so, I'd say.
Yeah, well, Loughrea won't want to concede again. They're leading now by 5 points.
Yeah, 12 points to 7. Sharp puck out to Johnny Coney, then goes long, puts it down on top of Neil Keary. Neil Keary sees the ball go over his head. Martin Connolly lets it back as well to Mark Gill. Mark Gill gets the pass out then to Darren Neary, very deep as well for the wing forward. Goes back then to Donald Barry. More composure now about Castlegar, out towards Mark Gill. Slightly overruns it initially, but wins the ball. Breaks it inside for Gerard Farrer. Foot race with Shane Morgan. Morgan does well to knock it away from the experienced man. And then back goes Johnny Cohn. Safe as a house back there for Loughrea. He switches the point of attack from the right corner back position to the left corner where Joseph Mooney is so deep. Goes up then to Tiernan Killeen. Tiernan Killeen nearly caught it ahead of Simon Thomas, but Simon Thomas did well when it hit the deck. Swiveled, turned, picked it up, gets it out then to Sean Neary. Sean Neary from the halfway line striking. What a score by Sean Neary into the breeze. The last 4 points in a row have come from Castlegar, Cyril, to suddenly build a half-time lead of 12 points to 8 now. Castlegar's last 4 points, great score from Sean Neary.
They won't be as comfortable now.
No.
It's half-time.
And there's the blow from Liam Gordon. So Loughrea, after being doing very well in that opening half, in fact they led by 12 points to 4 on the 26th minute, they led by 8 points to 1 on the 14th minute, and yet the last 4 points in a row have come from Castlegar, Cyril, to give them something to rightly work on at half-time. They'll have the breeze to come in the second half. Half-time, 4 points in between them.
Yeah, like Tommy Grove and Tom Murphy, you see them there's a pep in their step now going across the pitch, because all of a sudden instead of being 7 or 8 down, they're only 4 down and they have the breeze to come. But after saying that now, Loughrea kind of changed a little bit. They were going direct, playing nice stuff. They were overdoing it and it was breaking down. They still have forwards that can punish you, it's still Loughrea's to win, but you'll have to say Castlegar would be a lot happier going in now than they were 5 minutes ago.
So half-time here then in Kenny Park and Athenry, the third of the Brooks Senior Hurling Championship quarter-finals. It's a 4-point ball game. Loughrea 12 points, Castlegar 8 points. Come back to us for the second half live. Anthony Burns who turns his man Connolly well, and Anthony Burns is away. If he can get the ball up, he can. Now he's there.
QFinancial.ie got the price and advice for me.
Pension auto-enrolment will soon be introduced. This means that all full-time workers over the age of 23 earning more than €20,000 per year must contribute to a pension, and employers must contribute. What are those pension entitlements, and is there independent advice available? The Q Financial Pension Team are experienced in advising both employees and employers of the positive and affordable options available for your situation. Call 091 421 900 or log on to qfinancial.ie.
QFinancial.ie.
Based in Clare, Galway, OMA Financial Services Limited, trading as qfinancial.ie, is an authorised independent pension intermediary regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
redefine your relationship with energy, save you money, and get you on the path to a cleaner, greener future. JFW Renewables, your nationwide solar energy specialists. Call us today for a greener tomorrow.
And you're welcome back to Kenny Park in Athenry for the second half of the Brooks Senior Hurling Championship quarter-final. This game between Castlegar and Loughrea at half-time. Loughrea leading by 4, 12 points to 8. And Cyril Farrell on co-commentary. Certainly the last 4 points of that opening half will have given Castlegar something to work with.
Yeah, they were down 12-4, 8 points. It seemed a good lead at half-time, good in for Loughrea. But just like yesterday, as you say, Sean, between Cappy and Sarsfields, Castlegar got the last 4 points. Now it's 12-8. Now look, like
Loughrea looked the better
driving seat,
yeah.
but that doesn't mean you're going to win it. They have to come out and hurl. I just thought in the last 7 or 8 minutes, Loughrea went overcomplicated. Like, you know, when they had the ball, they could have tapped around. Next thing they broke down. You're inviting on trouble like that because, like, you know, these Castlegars can hurl as well. They played that bit more direct, got great scores, and they're back out now. And there is a pep in their step. There's no doubt about that. Liam Gordon's out as well, and Loughrea still have to come because I'd say the Loughrea dressing room won't be too happy with allowing Cashel back into the game.
The one I'd say they're giving the last minute instructions, making Cashel wait here as well. Noticeably, Jack Coyne seems to be starting in the full forward line as well, sir. Obviously not right with that bandage on the calf, the right calf.
No, he's not. Yeah,
he's usually a big player for them further out the field. Like.
Yeah, but he's a big player in there now.
Yeah, he is.
This guy's capable of getting a goal. Like, Jack is a good hurler. Like, he knows how to play. I've never seen him kind of as good a shape. Now he's carrying kind of a muscle injury. You can see that, like, but he is dangerous. He won't weaken that full forward line, and like they've corrected the full back line. They've seen, Sean, that they were kind of under pressure inside there. They made 1 or 2 switches and it's working out, but they're still probably under pressure in there. Mightn't be as much as the second half, but you could find out against the breeze the ball won't be going. It'll be holding in there, which brings its own problems for the full back line.
Absolutely. As the referee now blows the whistle for the Loughrea men, who are obviously taking their time coming out.
Yeah, there's somewhere up there in the hill somewhere, so they'll be coming out soon.
Yes.
They want to come because, you know, everyone is human. The referee doesn't like to be kept waiting.
No. Castlegar started plucking the ball around there. Matty Murphy, their manager. There's a quick word with Tommy Joe Grogan there as well. And here come Loughrea now.
Yeah.
They'll be ready to roll when they arrive on the pitch. 12 points to 8, 4 points between them. Conor Quinlan seems to be the fourth official this afternoon. Jerry Hurley, the linesman on this side of the field. Liam Gordon with that yellow sitter in his hand is the referee, ready to roll. Linesman on the far side of the field is Ronan Stankard as we look out for a position. I have to say, sir, huge crowd in Kenny Park in Athenry. This game has whetted the appetite, and I think the next one might whet it as well.
Yeah, well, like you have 4 great, like you have 4 clubs, strong clubs. Like,
and I think you'd have had a huge crowd yesterday as well, just because the weather was so bad. Like,
the weather was hard yesterday with all the foxes, but this, like, it's lovely weather. You have a very big crowd both sides of the pitch. It's a great setting here in Athenry. Like, you know, even here on the terrace side, you're kind of, it's a real arena.
It is, you know,
feel it. So
yeah,
here we go.
It's the home of it. So Liam Gordon has the ball in his hand. He's ready to.
Well, he has to get lads
yesterday, John Conlon is part of the Loughrea management team.
He's able to run.
He's well able to run. A super year with Clare, All Ireland winner.
Great lad.
Great hurler as well. Yeah.
Funny thing is, Sean, Larry plays centre forward and Clary plays centre back.
Well, he's played a lot of his hurling in the forwards in the early stage of his career as well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Brian Lohan will probably take the credit of putting him back 6. As Nigel Murray making his way out there as well. Everyone is in place. We're on the way for the second half. Ball is in. Sean Neary nearly got away, but you can notice that at times a little bit of sand comes up from the pitch. The pitch was actually sanded during the week, I'm told. As Tiernan Killeen ends up on the ground and there's going to be a free. It's a throw in. Throw in. Ball broke nicely back to Sean Neary, and Sean Neary goes on a little run to the wing forward position, then goes back with the pass, looking and finding Mark Gill. Mark Gill under pressure though from Hanrahan. Quick little hand pass into Dean Higgins. Dean Higgins, one-handed swing in field, might work from a Castlegar point of view. In towards Jack Coyne, has 2 Loughrea men for company, does well to keep them occupied there. Johnny Cohen goes over that ball. Ball is still alive there for both teams. Shane Morgan tries to go down it. Jack Coyne going after it again, pulls on it. Oh, whipped across the face of the goal, and Oisin Connolly wasn't a million miles away from getting contact.
That's the thing, you don't see that much on the ground. It's a quick shot. I'd say look, Nan probably had the cover, but again it was a dangerous shot. It'll be interesting now, Sean, to see the puck outs from Garage up down where the action is going to shot.
He goes measured, lovely puck out in fairness. Well taken by Ian Hanrahan. Ian Hanrahan, the captain, getting away from Sean Neary, gets the pass off. It was Sean Sweeney, in fact, that took the puck out, I should say, and gets the pass off then to Hanrahan. Hanrahan is fouled, and then we win the free.
Yeah, Hanrahan will travel. He does a lot of work. You know, but again, they kind of fumble the ball Loughrea. No, this will be the test. That is around 45, 50 yards out.
Still, though, Sir Loughrea will be happy enough too. They're 4 up, like.
Well, if they can stretch this
yeah,
to 5 now, that's
keep
the
the
big
game alive, keep ticking it for the second half. They're an experienced outfit. We'll say a big hello as well to Pádraig Cooney from Goran North and Northernmore, and Megan. They're tuned into us in Vancouver. So we say to Pádraig and Megan out in Vancouver, we wish them all the best of luck.
Tell them they're missing the sunshine here, Sean.
Yeah, I think they're looking for a casual victory. As the free has been taken this time by Shane Morgan. Shane Morgan doesn't get the purchase on it, and it's taken down by the goalkeeper. Didn't get the connection on it.
No.
Tiernan Killeen was taken in the first half, but Morgan, deadly free taker as well, in fairness. Up towards Greg Thomas, goes past him though. Sean Sweeney's on the ball for Loughrea, drives it up, lovely ball into space for Neil Keary. Neil Keary trying to get away there from Martin Coyne. Martin Coyne puts enough pressure though on Keary to turn him. Keep the ball alive. In goes Tiernan Killeen. Dean Higgins is there, and Neil Keary did well to eke that ball out to Joseph Mooney. Joseph Mooney's curling at the wrong minute though for Mooney. Goes to the wrong side of the post and wide.
It looked lovely starting off on the stick, but then it kept curling out to the right.
And maybe that's the impact of the breeze, just curling it at the end.
Loughrea man down here, not to stop him.
Yeah. Puck out, down on top of Greg Thomas. In comes Shane O'Brien when it hits the deck. Ger Farher is also there. Paul Hooban is there. Ball sprays out, picked up by Sean Sweeney. Sean Sweeney, big strong man in defence, gets the pass out into Shane Morgan, and Shane Morgan goes across the field. Lovely ball into space again for Darren Shaughnessy. Well defended though by Cathal Ryan out in front. Then he loses it though to Cayman Killeen, who lost his stick but managed to kick it into the path of Darren Shaughnessy. Darren Shaughnessy, is there a score on here? Lays the ball out. Simon Thomas gets a touch away from Tiernan Killeen, keeps the ball alive from a Castlegar point of view. Tiernan Killeen goes after it, but then Simon Thomas goes back and does well to get the pass off the stick out to Dean Higgins. Dean Higgins in the wing back position coming out for Castlegar. 3 minutes played in the second half. Clock working in the second half on the scoreboard here in Kenny Park and Athlone. Still no score in the second half. 12 points to 8. Loughrea lead. Long ball upfield for Castlegar, won by Johnny Cohen. Johnny Cohen looking for and finding Paul Hooban. Paul Hooban in the wing back position gets the hand pass out well to Joseph Mooney. Very deep again. Joseph Mooney looking across the field. Loughrea looking to work it through the lines off to Shane O'Brien. He goes over then to Brian Keary. Brian Keary has Shane Morgan making a run away from Ger Farher, and Shane Morgan, lovely play this by Loughrea, goes inside then to Darren Shaughnessy. Darren Shaughnessy trying to get away from Cathal Ryan. Darren Shaughnessy putting enough pressure, or Cathal Ryan putting enough pressure to reclaim the ball. Darren Neary goes back then to Simon Thomas. He balloons a big high ball down on top of Jack Coyne. Goes over the head of Johnny Cohen, and there's that man again, Kieran Hanrahan. Read it well. Goes across to his goalkeeper, Garage Lucknan, and Lucknan can build from the back. 12 points to 8. Loughrea lead. Out to Shane Morgan. Shane Morgan's effort upfield is half blocked. Breaks to Donald Barry, who overruns it. Again, we see the sand rising there as the
dust is flying.
Yeah, as the Loughrea men do well to win that hard ball. Cayman Killeen was the man. Gets it off then to Morgan, and Morgan from the centre back channel coming through has a shot, but it goes wide from Shane Morgan.
Want to Loughrea should let the ball in fast enough for forward because they're ready inside. Fast puck out here, and the refs says go back and puck it out again.
He does, much to the ire of Liam Riley. That is for goalies. You can see the frustration goalies have. Sometimes they're let go, other times they're not.
If it goes too fast, it's a bit like 7 aside, but as you say, there's no great catch here.
Great catch by Greg Thomas. Greg Thomas turning on to the left, striking, but again it goes to the wrong side of the post and wide.
Lord, he does so much right.
Yeah, he does. He still hasn't scored today, but he's had a lot of scoring opportunities.
Yeah, he's still playing well. He's playing well.
Shorter puck out by Loughrea. Back to Shane O'Brien eventually. Shane O'Brien is half hooked. Ball breaks out then. Yeah, it was lucky, but Brian Keary comes through. And Brian Keary suddenly makes a run through the heart of the defence. Is pulled back, wins the free. Good play by Brian Keary from a situation.
I'd say Tiernan Killeen will go to this one.
Yeah.
No, maybe shot with like Killeen probably will. It's in his range.
So then the free being awarded by Liam Gordon.
No score since half time. 5 minutes gone, which is unusual.
Yeah, we've had 4 wides in that period, 2 from each side, sir. We've played 5.5 minutes of the second half. In the first half, Tiernan Killeen hit 5 of Loughrea's tally, and Shane Morgan 1. That was 6 out of their 12 from frees. Ger Farher hit 5 out of the Castlegar tally of 8 from frees.
This test Tiernan now is out a nice bit.
Good player though. Tiernan Killeen striking, but it goes to the wrong side of the post and wide. Going into the breeze. That breeze probably we're describing as being down the field, but it's obviously going into one of the other sides of the field as well, making it difficult for free takers. Simon Thomas does well eventually to get the hand pass off from that sharp puck out to Garage King. He goes back to Simon Thomas again, who loses it coming out. Cashel though managed to come out through Dean Higgins.
Good ball.
Steady hand there from Dean Higgins, gets it off then to Mark Gill, and Mark Gill plays it up front looking to Greg Thomas. Greg Thomas winning the ball again. Now was there a runner inside? Oh, he undercooked the hand pass. He was trying to get into Darren Erie, but Darren Erie immediately put pressure on Shane Morgan, who looked to be have it under control initially. Again, 3 or 4 players go in, a ruck develops. Who will win this ruck? It's on the about 30 metres away from the Loughrea goal, sprays out of the ruck. Darren Erie picks it up. Darren Erie has Jack Coyne going inside him, pushed to the ground. No freezes the referee. The defensive work has been done by Joseph Mooney, big strong man over the ball. Darren Erie does well to win it again, close, and then the ball goes out over the line. Real stalemate situation, sir, in 7 minutes. It's very nervy opening to the second half, you'd have to say.
It's tight now, so it is. Like, you know, it's balanced really, like Cashel are still in the game.
Matt Murphy down there, is he considering maybe a sub? Or else he's talking maybe to one of the Loughrea officials, as Paul Hooven opens up the field with that line ball across the field, but Kieran Killeen beat to by Simon Thomas. Simon Thomas goes back to Dean Higgins. He dillied and dallied a little bit initially, gets a pass a bit short back to Simon Thomas, and suddenly Loughrea are away through Ian Hanrahan, who turns over the ball going through the centre forward channel. Ian Hanrahan is fouled.
This will be a fight for Loughrea now.
Castlegar are very irate with some of the frees that are being awarded, but again, that was of their own doing though in that instance.
I think it's Sean that they could have that ball up, they were turned over, like, and this is going to stretch it to 5 points. That's it's vital.
Absolutely.
These 2 minutes to stay in it, like, and you know, the no score by Loughrea or Cashel up because it's 6 minutes.
8 minutes, you could say.
Now,
Yeah, you could say.
This should be over the bar.
Tiernan Killeen puts it wide. Where was he? He was about. Was he 30 metres out?
That's a let off.
Yeah, it's a let off. 8 points to 12. Puck out down to guess who? Greg Thomas again at wing forward. Paul Hoover did enough to break it away from Shane Morgan. Comes out with the break ball, gets it to Tiernan Killeen. Now, can he make amends from play? Tiernan Killeen from inside the 65-metre line, striking to the right again.
The Loughrea crowd are roaring that was the score.
Loughrea have 8 wides. Castlegar have 7 wides. Loughrea have 5 wides alone in the second half in the first 8 minutes.
They're leaving Cashel in this game.
They are. Sean Neary nearly won that puck out, broken away from though by Joseph Mooney. Will he go have a pop at the post? Now he goes back to Ian Hanrahan, the captain, who will have a pop. Ian Hanrahan high, going towards the goal, goes wide again.
This is crucial.
12 points to 8.
They could get all these now if they're not careful.
Measured puck out again to Dean Higgins, goes over his head, might break. It does break to Sean Neary. Sean Neary circling back the field, goes back then to Simon Thomas, and Simon Thomas in the centre back position, striking a big long high ball in towards the goal at the other end, with the wind behind it, goes wide.
Hard to believe, lads.
Niall Canavan is counting more wides than frees in the second half. We now have three for Cashel, 5 for Loughrea since half time.
1 or 2 of these for Loughrea kind of stretched them. They're getting chances, but not just taking them.
Not at stake though, sir, isn't there? Like, this is a county semi-final, This is knockout hurling, boy. Beaten this evening, you're out. Shortish puck out to Shane O'Brien, who goes right across the field looking for Darren Shaughnessy. Broken away from him. Yeah, Mark Gale is back there, a big strong man, gets it off to Darren Neary. Back at his own half of the field when he gets possession. He's been chased back by Cayman Killeen. Darren Neary, lovely run inside Ian Hanrahan, but Ian Hanrahan did enough to dispossess him, and then immediately in goes Brian Keary to pick it up, and he's pulled to the ground.
He's getting crosses and lads around. He let the ball shift and he can't play him. After taking a hard old drive there, he did the right thing, playing very well. Loughrea need a score to just to stretch it, but while they're not doing that, it's Stephen Cashel, who aren't scoring either, but they're still in the game.
They're leaving each other in it, effectively, is what they're doing. 10 minutes into there's a third of the second half played. We've had no score since half time. 12-6. Shane Morgan standing over free. He's not far away from his own 45-metre line. He's about a metre in from the Londis Athenry sign in Kenny Park here in Athenry, which reminds me to say hello to Tim Collins as well, the man that used to be Mr. Athenry here for so many years. As that ball goes in around the square, knocked out, nearly broken into the path of Tiernan Killeen. It's still alive from a Loughrea point of view on the 20-metre line, but it's Cashel that come away with it. The hand pass goes out to Sean Neary, and Sean Neary back the field now for Castlegar. Comes out, gets the pass in to Greg Thomas. Greg Thomas looks upfield. Greg Thomas from inside his own half of the field, striking, and goes to the wrong side of the post and wide again. Greg has had no luck with the shooting.
No, like his shoot is awful good, to be fair to him. Like you nearly gave him a great pass, and he drove like he took a great shot from it was most 70 yards out, just went wide.
In fairness, in those instances in the first half, Loughrea were putting the ball inside, weren't they?
Were here there again, sharp puck out.
Yeah.
Going to go long down the middle.
Hanrahan still remains 12 points to 8. We await the first score of the second half. Kieran Hanrahan Goes into the full forward line looking for Anthony Burns. Was wondered. Anthony Burns gets away from his man. He's on the left hand side. Anthony Burns, great save by Riley. Goes across the goalkeeper, but he did well. Liam Riley saves it from Anthony Burns. A fleeting goal chance, and then a ridiculous free, I'd have to say.
After making a great
save. By the Castlegar defender, gives away a free into Loughrea.
Yeah, like after Riley making a great save, to be fair, Burns got around his man, took a left-handed shot, like it was a hard one, but to be fair to Riley, saved it well, and then a kind of a cheap free, like this, you can't hardly say it, but this.
Well, when you're trying to buy a score,
this should be tap over.
Yeah. 10 wides in the first 10 minutes of the second half between the two teams is the tally.
It's that kind of a game.
Yeah,
though.
it is. Yeah.
Say, Sean, there's a lot at stake.
When the final whistle blows and one of them is ahead, they won't mind those. Tiernan Killeen gets the first score of the second half. It comes from a close-in free. It comes on nearly the 12th minute of the second half, and it suddenly extends the lead for Loughrea to 5. 13 plays 8. Puck out down on top of Dan McNulty for Castlegar. He's over there on the far side of the field. Kevin Killeen is putting a lot of pressure on, and goes Donald Barry though as well to pick it up very close to the sideline, pulled on by Mark Gill. Ball sprays away, and then it's picked up by Tiernan Killeen. Won't quite come up for him though, but he gets it at the second attempt. Good play by Killeen, and Loughrea go back to the numbers again. Sean Sweeney picks out Shane Morgan. Shane Morgan out around that midfield sector now. Shane Morgan pops the pass inside, looking for Neil Keary to get onto it, but back to give his.
Been well dealt there, well marshalled.
He did. Simon Thomas, and he turns and sends a high ball in. Johnny Cohen looks at it, nearly went over his head, breaks inside to Greg Thomas. He's in a goal. Great save by Garage Lucknan, goes out at the 65. Greg Thomas, the ball went in over the head of Johnny Cohen, got onto it. He probably could have taken a step or two inside, had the shot away. Good save by Lucknan. Both goalies, two good saves.
The two Loughrea backs went into that ball together. I think you shouldn't do like, and beat both of them. Now, to be fair to Lucknan, he brought off a great save. 65, and you'd expect Ger Farrer to score this.
Well, we suddenly got a bit of goal mouth action. 2 saves by the two goalies. Gerard Farrer then with the breeze behind him. 30 minutes in the second half. His chance to get the first score of the second half for Castlegar. The trail by 5. Farrer has that back to 4 now with the 65. Point number 6 then for Gerard Farrer.
Still hanging in, still anyone's game.
Garage Lucknan goes a bit shorter with this one, with his puck out. 13 points to 9 is the score. Gets it out to Shane O'Brien. Shane O'Brien comes up the wing on the terrace side of the field, goes infield then looking for Darren Shaughnessy. Cathal Ryan sticking to him like absolute glue. Ball breaks away. Sean Erie got a touch. Simon Thomas goes down on it, wins it, gets it back then to Gerard Farrer. Gerard Farrer gets the shot away. Was he tackled late? No, the referee goes into Oisin Conley's hand nearly. Casher are absolutely incensed that Gerard Farrer remains on the ground after that, after he released the ball. Joseph Mooney is onto it though for Loughrea. Joseph Mooney looking infield, then plays the ball up inside, but it's taken down by Simon Thomas. 13 points to 9. The men of Loughrea lead. Simon Thomas tries to pick out Jack Coyne. Jack Coyne in the half forward line. Is he being fouled by Kieran Hanrahan? Yes, eventually Liam Gordon gives a free. Watching the Castlegar bench, they're not happy with some of the decisions there, but look at it's championship hurling.
We'll have to get the decision there now. Like it was a free, it's a free, and it should be tapped over, bring it back to 3 points.
Yeah, I think what they were saying when Farrer released the shot,
he got attacked.
Yeah, ended up on the ground, but I think he's recovered sufficiently to go back to take this free or to go forward in this instance.
Cash are thinking of making a switch. I'd say they're in the game. It's hard to like.
There, yeah.
You know.
But the man with the number 13 jersey is a man that hasn't seen action at all, Killian Callaghan.
He's a good player. Must be kind of injured, John, or he would be on. I'd say it started. Usually have him on.
Loughrea look like they're going to Jamie Ryan. As Gerard Farrer stands over the free, and Gerard Farrer puts it over the bar. And that's his 7th point of the day.
So it's 13 points then.
13 points, and here comes Jamie Ryan. Great to see him back on the field of play. Jamie Ryan coming in for Neil Keary, and dare I say it, sir, they need him. 15 minutes gone in the second half.
Yeah, he'd probably get a welcome, I suppose. But he's great to see him back.
Great to see him back, yeah.
Saw him the day he was injured above an ankle.
Yeah.
Very innocuous, kind of a hook on the ball, and God almighty.
Got awful damage on that hand injury, didn't it? Yeah.
Jamie will run.
He will run, and straight away Garage Lucknan is looking for him. Jeremy Ryan runs to the half forward line, knocked away from him well though by Martin Coyne into the path of Greg Thomas. Only 3 points in the ball game. 13 points for Loughrea, 10 for Castlegar. Greg Thomas wins the free.
He's playing. I know he's
Jamie Ryan was the man that fouled. Yep.
He's playing well though. Thomas is with a lot of the hard ball.
If you give this scenario to Castlegar before the game, sir, that on 46 minutes you were 3 down. You had the breeze for the remainder of the game. You take it, I'd say, would you?
Yeah, and Gerard Farrer to take this one to bring it 2 down. No, it's not a gimme.
Oh God, no, he's on the halfway line here, yeah.
He's so good, we expected to score a goal.
No mercy at all from Farrell. As Gerard Farher stands over this free then. He's on the halfway line. He's about 6 or 7 metres in from the sideline. Wow, what a strike. Farrell, you were right.
That guy.
Super score.
He's the most consistent in Galway, to be fair, for donkey's years.
That's his 8th point of the day. And suddenly we're back to a 2-point ball game. 13 points for Loughrea. Good puck out, Ian Hanran. 11 points for Castlegar. Off to Tiernan Killeen in a little bit of space. He'll take on the shot from here. Tiernan Killeen striking towards the goal, but it's gone to the wrong side of the post and wide. Definitely the breeze is having an impact on both teams shooting into that scoreboard goal.
Yeah, he could have shot before that. He was half blocked out. He was kind of hesitating all the time. The ref just strict enough for the puck out. You can't blame, because when the ball goes wide, like, you know, if a lad scores it, there's no one, it's like a step to the side. Here comes Castlegar with a long one now. Yeah,
and again Liam Riley had restarted and the referee blows.
Something happened here.
He's talking to Gerard Farher out in the middle of the field. Sean Sweeney has a quick word with Liam Gordon. I think he handed him something, maybe something that was lost on the field of play. But again, Liam Riley won't be happy because he had got the puck out away.
Well, he's going to get this one now because it's exact same.
Yeah.
Loughrea aren't pushing up on the puck out, so here it comes.
Martin Connolly plays a 1-2 with the goalkeeper, and then Liam Riley puts it down on top of Dan McNulty. Shane O'Brien gets a touch in it. Loughrea have the numbers back there. Brian Keary overran the ball though. Jack Hine is on it. Jack Hine in a very difficult position, the left corner forward position. Now what? Super score from a very difficult position by Jack Hine. We know that he's carrying that injury, sir. He's in there, as we said at half time, in the full forward position. Great point. We're back to a 1-point ball game. 13-12.
This is going to test Loughrea. This is going to see where they are, whether they're champions or not, really.
Yeah, puck out on the top of Tiernan Killeen. Picked that off the ground. That was awful close to it. Tiernan Killeen gets it inside. Suddenly Ian Hanran is bearing down on goal. Ian Hanran, can he pick it up on the 20 metre line? He 2 attempts at it. Didn't come up for him. Cash will get the numbers back. Dean Higgins is back there. 12 points for Castlegar. 13 points for Loughrea. Dean Higgins winds up and sends a long ball down the field. The programmes are flying here with the breeze. As the ball goes in field, it's taken by Oisin Connolly nearly, but he's well beaten to by Shane O'Brien. Vital bit of Loughrea defensive work by Shane O'Brien, who's then pulled down by Dan McNulty, and that'll be a yellow card because he pulled him across the helmet. And a yellow card.
But nothing dangerous in it, but just
Ian Hanrahan had a goal chance there, sir, but just couldn't get the ball up.
Yeah, it's a great little flick on, but just couldn't pick the ball up.
Yellow then for Dan McNulty. 13 points Loughrea, 12 points for Castlegar. Loughrea have not scored, am I right? In this, they've only got a point in the second half after 18 and a half minutes.
They need a good one here from Shane Morgan. Now he's a good 70 yards out, but a really good one, even if he doesn't go over the head, drops around the house.
Yep. Castlegar look like they could be going to the bench as well. Morgan strikes it in towards the goal, goes all the way in, but it's taken down by Simon Thomas under the crossbar, and Simon Thomas goes out and tries to find, and does find Dean Higgins, big strong man. Dean Higgins comes up this wing, gives a dummy hand pass. Now we can't catch it, I'd say, too many more times. He keeps soloing, gets the hand pass then into the path of Greg Thomas. Greg Thomas in the wing forward position, tries to go in field, takes on 2 would-be tackles, gets the pass off then to Darren Neary. Darren Neary has Jack Hine outside, but Darren Neary is fouled. Free in. We could be level in Tom Kenny's field in Athenry.
Yeah, like Neary saw the lovely dummy, kind of swirled, soccer style, kind of a turn around, did a lovely little swirl. Again, Greg Thomas travelled up along, you know, like really playing good stuff. And Dean Higgins, Greg Thomas, these boys, you know, they're playing very, very well, and this will be the Farrell is going to tap this over, and you're on an even ball game.
26 minutes in the first half. Since that moment, Loughrea have only got 1 point in the game. My God, there's a serious meeting now between their management team. I see Gavin Keary, Shane Cusick and Tommy Kelly.
They have to do something.
Yeah, Farrell has a chance to equalise the ball game here.
Here's a sub coming on for Cash.
Yeah, and they're going for a mix of youth and experience, and the first man that's in is Enda Concannon wearing the 23 jersey.
Yeah, good hurler.
Yeah, he's always good to get a goal or two, and he's got them so far coming off the bench this year.
This hurling pedigree in him, like he's deadly for goals, like he's around a good while now. But I'd say Matt Murphy did, his manager, probably persuade him to come back for this kind of an occasion, like to have him ready to pounce in the last few minutes.
And Cian Corcoran is the other guy that comes in for Dan McNulty. Cian Corcoran, a young man, came back from Kildare, I believe, a few years ago. Family steeped in Castlegar hurling history. As Gerard Farher equalises the ball game. Farher gets point number 9.
13 each.
13 each, sir.
Yeah.
20 minutes gone on the clock. We look like the Loughrea are going to the bench again, and in comes Colin Killeen, which means there will be 3 brothers on the field.
Yeah, he'll clean around midfield, he'll do a lot of work.
Ian Hanrahan is the man that's been taken off.
Yeah, he did a lot of work.
Did a lot of work, yeah. He was unlucky with that goal chance there, just didn't come up for him. Big player though, as Johnny Cohen takes the sharp puck out.
Is that Sean Sweeney?
Is it Sean Sweeney?
I think
Oh, sorry, it is Sean Sweeney. My correction, yeah, it was Sean Sweeney.
Yeah.
So Sean Sweeney is the man that's come off as Loughrea come on the attack. 13 points each. Darren Shaughnessy gets away from Carl Ryan, cutting in around the goal line. In goes Darren Shaughnessy, trying to bash it towards the goal. Liam Ryan, it is enough to stop it. The purchase on the shot wasn't sufficient from Darren Shaughnessy, and Castlegar get away with it, and the ball ends up going wide.
Yeah, they don't even get a 65 or
No.
a free, so it's a big let off.
Yeah, my apologies in that. Ian Hanrahan very much on the field of play. Sean Sweeney.
Yeah, off the helmet to see the red head. Long puck out.
Long puck out. Down on top of the big man, Greg Thomas, who's been now marked by Ian Hanrahan, one of the smallest Loughrea defenders. Thomas does well. He wins the ball. He wins the free. Cashel have a free and a chance to go ahead. Ian Hanrahan on Greg Thomas is a match-up on puck outs, Earl. Or not Ian, Kieran Hanrahan, the cornerback. He's given away a few inches there.
Yeah, and to be fair, he's very, very good in the air. Thomas is very good. Has been very unlucky with some of his shots, but he's winning everything in the air. Now Cash are getting into the driver's seat. This will put him a point up. And so we left about 9 or 10. Will be injury time.
And don't forget that if it was a draw, we would have extra time, and if it was a level at the end of extra time, we'd have the old pianos. Imagine. I don't think so.
I wouldn't like to stand in front of Farrer.
No, Farrer taking the free. Farrer strikes. Castlegar are gone 1 point in front. His 10th point of the day out of 14 now for Castlegar. 13 for...
Another sub on here, Sean, 31.
31 coming in for Loughrea. Not down on the programme. 14 points to 13. It's the lead for the men of Castlegar as Loughrea go short. Johnny Cohen is on the ball, comes all the way out to the half-back line as Castlegar retreat, goes down the stand side of the field looking for Darren Shaughnessy. Darren Shaughnessy can't keep it in the field of play, and that ball has gone wide. Or gone out for a line ball, I should say.
Not trying a long one. I know they're going up the wings, but trying ones in or two into the square, because you have Burns in there, Jamie Ryan. They're dangerous around the edge of the square. No ball going in there, it's all going up the wings. It's been cut out by Cashel, to be fair. 23
minutes gone in the second half. Cashel lead by 1, 14 points to 13. Greg Thomas catches the line ball out there. Greg Thomas, can he get his first point of the day from the left half forward position? He can! Greg Thomas, he deserved it, sir. You were going to say it.
Yeah, he deserves that one. He's been at it all day and just going wide. Playing out of his skin, though.
Cashel suddenly lead by 2 points.
Yeah, I don't know who's here. He'll be thinking of this guy as a target, man.
Absolutely. He was in before with Shefflin. I think he dropped him 3 times, would you believe? As the ball goes into Darren Shaughnessy. Darren Shaughnessy swivels. He's won the free. He gets the shot away. The shot is not going to go. He's going to allow the play to develop. Is he the referee? Yeah, goes back in for the free.
Yeah, he was fouled.
Yeah.
He has to beat him, his man. I can't understand him not letting it in more, Sean, because he's winning that ball in there.
Yeah. So then it is 15 points to 13. I'd say that's going to be...
14.
That's going to possibly come back to a 1 point ball game. So Tiernan Killeen then to take this free. Striking it and putting it high, putting it over the bar. His 8th point of the contest at half time. Loughrea had 12 points on the board now. 6 minutes from the end of the game, they have upped it by 2. They're on 14, but they're only 1 behind Castlegar on 15. 24 minutes gone in the second half. Puck out down on top of Greg Thomas again. Knocked away from this instance though by Shane Morgan. The ball comes back out though to Gerard Farrer. Pan pass inside to Ender Concannon. Ender Concannon gets the resort to the hand pass back to Gerard Farrer. Farrer under pressure from 3 Loughrea men. They have the numbers around them. Surely they can overturn him in this instance. Farrer very close to the end line. The whistle is in the mouth of Liam Gordon, who blows for a throw-in ball, I would say.
Ball. Great pass though. Great pass from Concannon back to like the reverse pass. The cuteness of these lads.
Yeah, absolutely. And they kept the ball alive. Farrer ended up going in on goal, but the referee is going to throw the ball in. He's waiting for Greg Thomas to get back on his feet. Yeah. Jack Coyne and Shane O'Brien are the 2 number 5s. They're the first on the scene. In goes the ball. Comes back out. Cian O'Callaghan tries to go down. Ender Concannon does pick it up. Concannon takes on a shot from the sideline in towards the goal. It's curling, but it's not curling enough, and it goes to the wrong side of the post and wide. 15 points to 14 Cashel lead. 11 wides Loughrea, 10 wides Castlegar. Quick puck out again to Kieran Hanrahan on the stand side of the field, being forced back the field though by Darren Neary. Gets it in field into the centre half back, that Shane Morgan, who's on his own and picks out a good ball upfield, looking for Darren Shaughnessy. He hits the deck, no place or no freeze to the referee. Castlegar man hits the deck, that is Mark Gill. He was fouled, and a free out for the men of Castlegar.
Loughrea showed why didn't take it.
Yes.
First. It's a tough game. Farrell will come for this. It's a long way now.
God, it's a long way. He'd be back inside his own 45-metre line, and as they'd say, a bit with it, because he'd be another 6 or 7 metres inside.
He has the breeze, like this guy will clip it like
I remember when he was with Galway years and years ago, sir, where the gate is over there coming out on the pitch, he used to stand where the lines meet, where the end line meets the sideline, and curl the ball over the bar.
He's a magician.
But by God, he's a long way away from it right now.
He is, but he can give it Wigan.
Yeah. He's inside his own 45-metre line. Ger Farher.
High.
Striking. It certainly has the height. Is it going to go all the way? It ends up at the goal line. The goalkeeper says square ball.
Yeah, looking as a bobble to just show. Yeah. He ended up
just underneath the crossbar.
Oh, you had. And accuracy, really. 22 is getting ready here, Sean.
Yeah, for Loughrea, that's Bobby Feeney. Scored in the championship, good player.
Little customer.
Loughrea goes short again. Shane O'Brien drives a long ball downfield, looking to break it inside to Jamie Ryan. His first right ball on the ball. Jamie Ryan striking from the 45-metre line, and that's what he brings to this Loughrea team. Lovely score by Jamie Ryan.
So he's brought on for went right, went left, swiveled off it. Once he got in his hand, you see, he has the pace.
Absolutely, they've got the last 2 points. What a big player he is for them. Puck out down on top of Greg Thomas again, who gets away from his man, gets onto the ball when it breaks into his hand. Can he go back with the pass? Goes back with the pass to Jack Coyne. Jack Coyne striking in towards the goal. That's going to go over the bar. It does, Jack Coyne. Super score it did. In fairness, it got in over the bar. Jack Coyne close to the sideline. Nigel Murray of Loughrea management team is given out there, I think, to the linesman, but the ball looked like that it got over the bar. Again, Castlegar have given up the puck out. They lead by 16 points to 15, as Loughrea come on the attack again, and all on his own over the far side of the field is Brian Keary, who puts it to the wrong side of the post and wide. He's played in the forwards regularly, but Loughrea are very cool how they're working the ball out, sir.
But I mean, let's work it out. They're missing,
that's what I'm saying.
Shots, I suppose. That was the 27 minutes gone, down a point. Squeaky bum time.
It is, but it's anyone's ball game.
Long ball here.
16-15 down on top of Greg Thomas again. Knocked away from him by Paul Hooban. Off to Tiernan Killeen. Tiernan Killeen does well to get the pass inside now to Anthony Burns. Anthony Burns has a chance through the centre forward channel, striking. That's going to the right hand side and wide. 13 wides for Loughrea.
Yeah, they should be let it inside, like, or else they could give it to a shooter, but like, suppose he had the chance of it.
10 in the second half alone for Loughrea.
It's a lot against the breeze.
Yeah, 16 points for Castlegar, 15 points for Loughrea, 28 and a half minutes gone in the second or the third of the county quarter-finals. Ball towards Enda Cannon, but broken away by Shane O'Brien, and Loughrea win the free. This is about game management now, isn't it? They're going to get a chance. Both teams are going to get chances as we go down the home straight.
The goalie is completely free to the right hand side, doesn't even look.
Yeah. Shane Morgan takes the free then. From inside his own 45-metre line, goes over to Darren Shaughnessy. Darren Shaughnessy does well to win that ball ahead of Carl Ryan, who's deemed to have fouled him. And that'll be a free in for Loughrea and a chance to equalise the ball game.
Not a gimme now, like
no.
It's out to the right, it's nearly at 5 or 6 yards inside the far sideline, but it's about 55 yards out. It's going to test them.
Incredible, sir, to think that the two teams that lost yesterday were the two teams that had the month off. Loughrea have the month off and they're struggling here to get over Castlegar. Is it a factor? Is it a bigger factor than we think? 3 minutes of additional time?
Maybe it is bigger than we think, like, but it is worth looking at, you know.
Tiernan Killeen then to equalise the ball game. He equalised the county final 2 years ago. This free is about 3 or 4 steps in from the sideline on the far side of the field. He's striking towards the scoreboard end. Tiernan Killeen likes it. Yeah, the reason he likes it because it goes straight over the bar. 9th point of the day. We're level at 16 points apiece. We have 3 minutes of additional time to be played. Yeah, Dylan Carroll, good man under a high ball, is coming in. Jack Coyne's day is over, I think.
Well, to be fair to Jack Coyne,
he's done well. Yeah, he's done well.
He's had a good game considering he's carrying the calf muscle injury, really.
2 points he's got. And Dylan Carroll goes in. Dylan Carroll could be a man that could be under this puck out now as Liam Riley gets ready. They're level on the 30th minute, the 60th minute. 16 points Loughrea, 16 points for Castlegar. Johnny Cohen goes high, knocks the ball down. Keane Callahan is in there Keane Corcoran is in there trying to get a touch on it for Castlegar. Again, a stalemate situation. A ruck starts. Number of players commit to it, and then Liam Gordon says, I'm going to blow it up, and then I'm going to throw it in.
Now, Sean, you to your left.
Yes.
If it comes up, there's a notion.
If Loughrea win the throw in and drive move it upfield as fast as you ever saw. 16 points, plays 16. 30 minutes, 41 seconds gone in the Brooks Senior Hurling Championship quarter-final. Could Castlegar spring a surprise?
They're going very near it.
Will Loughrea get the job done? As Sean Neary, Liam Gordon was explaining so much about how he's going to throw it in. He dropped the ball and Sean Neary picked it up and went off with it. He says, come back.
You couldn't blame Neary.
Yeah. In it goes again. Comes off Sean Neary's hurl. This is a vital ruck ball inside the half-back line of Loughrea, won by Cullen Killeen, the young man. Gets it back then to Johnny Cohen in the full-back position, and Loughrea will build from the back again. Lovely ball. Out in front of Anthony Burns, who's on Dean Higgins. Anthony Burns has shot his half block down though by Dean Higgins. In comes Garrett King, gets a vital touch on it. Ball breaks out. Loughrea trying to keep it alive there in the half-hour line. Joseph Mooney goes down over that ball. Also going down with it is Killeen. The ball is there to be won for either team. Joseph Mooney tries to roll it, but Tiernan Killeen did well to win it. Coming back to the halfway line, gets it back to Paul Hoobman. Paul Hoobman decides to go long into the right corner forward position, looking for Darren Shaughnessy. Darren Shaughnessy missed control of the first time, but wins it the second time. Takes on his player, plays a lovely ball across the face of the goal to Anthony Burns. What a goal by Loughrea! Anthony Burns has won the county quarter final for the men of Loughrea.
Here come Castle.
Brilliant pass, it has to be said, by Darren Shaughnessy, though, as Castle will come again. It's 16 to 16 points. Castlegar on the attack. Ball breaks into Kilcannon, tries to get onto it. In there is Dylan Carroll as well, ends up on the ground. No freeze to the referee. Out comes Kieran Hanran. Loughrea will be delighted with after getting the goal. They lead by 3. 32 minutes played on the clock. How important goals are in championship hurling. Long ball up again into the oceans of space in front of Darren Shaughnessy. Darren Shaughnessy, no free, but did well to snap the ball. Goes back to Jamie Ryan. He's already got 1 point. Jamie Ryan steps inside his man, dancing his jig. Goes back with the pass into Anthony Burns. Anthony Burns lost it the first time, gets away from Dean Higgins. Anthony Burns comes across, gets it in then to Darren Shaughnessy. Darren Shaughnessy, he thought about the shot. He goes back. To Dylan Shocks. I think it could be 31. Of course, we weren't given the Loughrea team before the game. As Mark Gill sends a high long ball down into the breaking area. It breaks. Who's onto it? The man that's onto it is Shane Morgan. Great play by the Loughrea centre back, and out come Loughrea with the ball, showing their experience. 16 to 16 points. Shane O'Brien switches the point of the attack, goes over to the far wing again, vying for possession over there is Mark Gill. Loughrea have won the ball, they've won the free.
Great catch.
Dylan Shocks looks to be the man that has won the free.
Got a vital one there.
Absolutely. But the credit I give to Loughrea with the way they set the goal up was Darren Shaughnessy's ball across the face of the goal to Anthony Burns was brilliant.
Brilliant ball, brilliant. Burns picked it out, it's a good pass, pins, head high, caught it and stuck it. Great. Well, Burns has been threatening that all day without getting it, but that was a great ball.
Bobby Feeney, the young man, comes in for Anthony Burns, the hero of the moment.
This guy now is tricky. He's he's small, but he's kind of a lad that will grab a point very quick.
So Tiernan Killeen suddenly has a chance on the 33rd minute to make it a 4-point ball game. Tiernan Killeen from the free does exactly that. His 10th point of the contest. And there goes the final whistle. A blaze of excitement then with Anthony Burns' goal getting Loughrea over the line.
You'd have to say.
But that's what good teams do though, sir.
Yeah.
117 it finishes for Loughrea, 16 points for Castlegar. In the end, the late 1-1 got the job done.
Yeah, to be fair to Castlegar, they came back from the dead, fought their way, kept in the game, and we always knew that they were going to be tough and hard to beat, and they proved it there again. Gerard Farrer rolled back the years. I don't know how many scores he got, but it was unbelievable.
He got 10, yeah.
But to be fair to
so did Tiernan Killeen, in fairness, yeah.
This was their first real hard game, and they were kind of shocked in the second half, and Castle went up 2-up at one stage, going into nearly injury time, and didn't finish very strong. That goal was a great score. Great to see Jamie Ryan back on the field to play. Loughrea will get stronger, but they'll breathe a sigh of relief tonight, because you don't beat Castle easy, that's for sure. Yeah. Anyway. They're very hard to beat. So
yeah, on the 53rd minute it was 15 points for Castlegar, 11 points for Loughrea. Credit to Loughrea, who turned the game around and won it by 117 to 16 points. That's the third team through then to the semi-finals. 1-4 to a point is what Loughrea outscored Castlegar with late on in the contest. Our thanks to Niall Canavan and indeed Cyril Farrell and John Indeed on the camera. The three teams we now know are into the county semi-finals are Capitagal, Clarenbridge and Loughrea. Next up is St Thomas's and Turlockmore throwing in at 3:15.
Don't leave your seats, because the roller coaster is coming on.
Absolutely, and what we have now though is Loughrea. Fine finish by them. They beat Castlegar 117 to 16 points.
QFinancial.ie. Got the price and advice for me.
Pension auto-enrollment will soon be introduced. This means that all full-time workers over the age of 23 earning more than €20,000 per year must contribute to a pension, and employers must contribute. What are those pension entitlements, and is there independent advice available? The Q Financial Pension Team are experienced in advising both employees and employers of the positive and affordable options available for your situation. Call 091 421 900 or log on to qfinancial.ie.
QFinancial.ie.
Based in Clare, Galway, OMA Financial Services Limited, trading as qfinancial.ie, is an authorised independent pension intermediary regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
We redefine your relationship with energy, save you money, and get you on the path to a cleaner, greener future. JFW Renewables, your nationwide solar energy specialists. Call us today for a greener tomorrow.
Across Galway city and county who are experiencing difficulty with their mental health.